Welcome back to my channel. It feels like so long since I have sat down in this exact location to film. It's been a couple weeks, I've done some plant tours, and it's just been a little while since I've sat here, so it's nice to be back. I first want to start out by thanking you guys so much. As of when I'm recording this video, I've just hit 500 subscribers, so thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so nice to meet and to talk with each and every one of you, so thank you so much for your support. Along those lines, I would love to hit 1,000. 1,000 is kind of one of those milestones with YouTube. You get a whole bunch of other benefits, you get some of the community, things like that. So in order to get to 1,000, I thought I would do a giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm thinking maybe like a gift card to someplace where we can buy plants online. If you have ideas for where you'd like that gift card to be, you can leave them down in the comments below. And don't forget to share and subscribe if you're not already, so we can hit those 1,000 subscribers and unlock all those cool features. But thank you, thank you, thank you so much for those of you that are already subscribed. It means so much to me. Second, if you are subscribed or if you're subscribing and you haven't hit that notification bell yet, please do that. The school year's starting up again, and it means a little bit of chaos for me here over the next month or two. So I may not be exactly consistent with which day of the week I'm uploading my videos. So if you want to know when I do end up posting a new video, please hit that notification bell and get notified when I do post the videos. All right, so story time. Yes, as you can tell by the title, I did get scammed trying to buy a plant online. I have my computer in front of me so I can read these emails to you, and you can follow along with my adventure in buying a plant. Okay, so one of my wish list plants is a Monstera Thai constellation, one of the variegated varieties that we have of Monstera deliciosa. This is one of my favorite plants, so lovely, so easy to care for, and I'm a sucker for variegation. So that one has been on my wish list. And I did actually end up finding one at a reasonable price. It was a little tiny plant, so the lower price made sense. It was on a pre-order, so I decided to go ahead and order it. I'm going to name the company. I'm going to change some of the names of some of the people that emailed me, but I will call out this particular company. So I pre-ordered a 4-inch Monstera Thai constellation from an online store called The People's Plants. And the price for it was $45 and then $8.35 in shipping. So my pre-order total was $53.35. This was March 23rd that I went ahead and ordered this, and at the time it said on their pre-order on their site starts shipping April 1st, which looking back now is a little bit ironic, but you know, it made sense. That was when the weather was going to start changing a little bit nicer. That probably was a good timeline for them to go ahead and start shipping. So I just ordered my plant and I was like, cool, it's going to be a few weeks. I can wait. A few days later, they're sold out of their pre-orders. So I'm like, sweet, I've made the decision. I am going to get my plant. So April 1st comes and goes, right? The order on the website actually had updated to allow for a few more pre-orders, and it said this group was going to be pre-shipping on April 29th. So April 1st is come and gone, it's April 3rd, and I'm going to be out of town quite a bit during April. I'm a little bit concerned that maybe it's going to not ship this shipment, it'll ship a little bit later, and I'm just curious, when is the exact ship date planned for, so that I'm not getting it shipped when I'm out of town and it sits in the mailbox for a couple of days. So I send a really polite email to the email listed on their website, and I just say, hey, I know you guys are really busy. Just wanted a little bit of clarification on this particular plant that I pre-ordered. It was listed as having shipped the 1st. It's now the 3rd. I'm not really seeing any like updates or shipping notifications. Just wondering if it's going to ship this shipment or the later shipment. Not really a big deal, just trying to plan for this. So I get a nice email from receptionist number 1. And she says, you know, if you ordered it when it's the 1st, it should come in this next shipment. we're a little bit behind. We're a small company. We've only got a few people working for us. So please be patient, but it should ship within the next couple of weeks, right? If you don't receive an email with tracking information by the 17th, then let me know and we can work it out then and we can update you on whenever that is, right? Awesome, thanks. Such a nice response. And I just go on with my life, right? So April 17th comes and goes. I realize, hey, this is a small company. It sounds like they've only got 3 or 4 people working for them. So I'm gonna give it another week, right? But April 24th rolls around and I'm starting to get a little concerned again. And I just sent another nice, well-worded, polite email saying, hey, I'm just following up. You said to follow up if I hadn't received a shipping notification by this date. And I still have not, so can you please give me an update on this, right? And same receptionist number 1 says, thank you for reaching out. I understand your concern. It's just taking us a little bit longer to get your plants to you. We're behind on our orders and we're doing our very best, right? If you don't receive a shipping notification now by the 1st of May, follow up with me and we'll reach out and see where it's at. Again, I'm trying to be understanding, small company, a little bit behind. Thank you very much for your follow-up email. I will wait until the 1st, right? At this point, I'm a little bit concerned, but not too much, right? Small company, a little bit behind. The only thing that started to give me a little bit of pause is I'm not getting any sort of updates from them, right? There's no updates on social media. I'm not getting an email update from them about like, hey, we're running behind. This is the week that we plan on shipping these. Nothing. All I have to go on is what this receptionist is telling me, right? So May 1st, again, comes and goes. That beginning of May was a little bit chaotic for me. So again, I just kind of let it slide for a couple of weeks. And May 15th rolls around, right? So at this point, it's been a couple of months since I've ordered this plant. And I say, hey, just following up on this again. I completely understand that you're swamped. I'm just wondering, like, what is your actual current timeline? Do you have a date planned to ship these plants? Same receptionist number 1 says, I apologize, we don't have an exact date. We had a delay in getting them shipped to us from the grower, but we began shipping them out last week. They should ship over the next couple of weeks, and I will actually put in a good word for you. You've been kind, you've been patient, you've been on this list for a long time, so I'll see if there's any way we can get you in the next shipment or 2. Thank you again for your understanding, right? Again, I'm very polite in that response. Thank you so much for your time in responding. I appreciate that you're putting in a good word for me. Have a wonderful day, right? Everything seems pretty good. If they're, I'm concerned that they didn't update me that there was a delay from the grower. Wouldn't that make sense to send out a mass email to everybody that had pre-ordered, hey, there was a delay that was out of our control. We're gonna be a couple weeks behind. Please don't stress about it, right? Seems like it's gonna take less time than responding to each individual email. At this point, I'm starting to get a little concerned because I'm seeing other people posting on various social media, reviews, things like that, that they have not received theirs. And in fact, the People's Plants on their Instagram page removed the ability to comment on their photos because they were getting so many upset people commenting that they had not received their plant yet. And some people weren't even getting responses to their emails. So there's a little bit in the back of my mind, but I'm trying to be like the bigger person. I'm usually pretty optimistic, especially when it comes to small businesses. I understand things happen, you get behind. But again, I'm a little concerned, like, wouldn't you just send out a mass email to everybody explaining what's going on? But, I've been promised now that hopefully my plant will be in the next shipment or 2. Awesome. That comes and goes, right? This is almost a full month later because, again, end of May, graduations, all sorts of stuff happening. I'm swamped. June 12th rolls around and I send in another email to this first receptionist. Hey, just checking in. It's been a month. I haven't received any updates. Please just let me know what's going on. I'm starting to get a little concerned here. Receptionist number 2 comes into the picture, right? So new person is responding to this email. Little bit of a red flag, but not horrible. You know, maybe they did realize they're running behind. They need to hire somebody else. They need to bring in a friend or a family member to help them respond to all these emails to get things shipped out the door. Cool. I'm gonna just assume the best from them. But the second receptionist says, hey, we're going to be shipping out those Thai constellations to you the last week in June. Also, the owner is going to send out a mass communication with everything you need to know about this new updated timeline. Look for that in this next week. Awesome. Thank you so much for your reply. And I just go ahead and assume that they've given me a date now that they're shipping everything out. We're gonna assume the best from that. Nothing through the entire month of June. At this point, I'm getting really, really strongly concerned. I haven't received any updates on when this is going to ship. I haven't seen any posts on social media, and there are more and more reviews filing in about people that have not received this plant, are not getting any response from the email. It's also starting to get a little bit close to the time that I have to file a complaint through PayPal. So that's usually somewhere around like 3 or 4 months. It depends on your credit card or whoever you use to pay. They all have a little bit different, structure that they're using, a little bit different date, how long you have to claim that. I'm starting to get a little bit close, right? I want to give it a couple of weeks so that I can actually email this company. I can go to the credit card or PayPal in this case and file that complaint and not be cutting it right close to the edge. So July 8th rolls around. I've given them the whole month of June. I've given them extra grace because that first week of July is the 4th of July and they probably wanted to take a couple of extra days there. You know, we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, right? So I send another email, this time a little bit more strongly worded, and I said, hey, I'm still waiting on this. You said it was gonna be this date. Just wondering if you have an update, and if I don't get an update with a specific date that this is shipping in the next week, I will be looking to get a refund from this, right? No response to that email whatsoever. Nobody responds, no updates on social media, nothing. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get my money refunded to me. So I filed through PayPal, and PayPal has a really, really great way of mediating these things so that the customer isn't always right and the vendor isn't always right. The customer can file this complaint on this particular order and say what the problem is, in my case, that this item had never ever shipped. And then PayPal will go to that vendor before they issue any refunds and give them up to 10 business days to reply to this. Seems perfectly fair, right? If you are a legitimate business and you're running behind and you're getting this complaint from PayPal, you can certainly respond to PayPal and say, hey, we're gonna pack this out on this date. Please let the customer know this is coming straight to them, right? You've got 10 whole days to respond to this. Nothing. PayPal doesn't hear anything from this company. So I end up getting my refund, thankfully. But as I continue to place reviews online for this company, as I continue to look through these reviews, there are more and more people that are saying they've never received a response, never received their shipment, and a lot of them are starting to get really, really close to that date where they can get a refund. So, makes me wonder, and I feel bad saying this because I do truly want to think the best of every single person, especially small business owners, but it makes me think they're selling something they don't have on hand, or even worse, intentionally scamming people out of money and then stringing them along until they get past that refund date. Now the consumer has no course of action to take, right? If you say it's gonna be a week, it's gonna be a week, suddenly it's been 3 months and the customer can't get that refund from their credit card. So, like I said, I want to think the best, but I've had a really, really poor experience with this company, and it sounds like I'm not the only one, that they are not having a great business model. Now, I do want to mention some things that they could have done better if they are indeed a legitimate business and that they're really truly running behind. Another great example of a small family-run plant company that I have pre-ordered from is Gabriella Plants. So they have a waiting list, or had a waiting list, for their philodendron pink princess, which I know everybody wants, and that one is definitely one of my wish list plants. I'm a sucker for pink. And way back around the same time, I put my name on a waiting list to pre-order this plant. A few weeks later, I get an update saying, here's your number on the list. Here's your expected ship date, right? It's probably going to be like October before we get it to you. We can only put out this many plants per week. We'll keep you updated if that list starts to run ahead or starts to run behind. And throughout the whole course of the summer, I've continued to get updates, and they've changed their structure so that you could put a deposit on it so that they know you're serious and move your name up on the list, and they can weed people out that aren't interested. Or in my case, I just pre-bought this plant and again moved my name up on the waiting list, because now they're calling all these people out that are waiting but don't necessarily want to buy it, or maybe they've found it somewhere else. Right? So throughout the course of the summer, I've gone from being on a wait list with an anticipated ship date of the beginning of October to now actually having a set date for this plant to ship beginning of August. And I've gotten monthly, if not more often, email updates from this company, which makes me feel very, very confident that I'm actually going to get the plant that has been promised to me, right? Unlike this company, the People's Plants, like I said, they could be a wonderful business. They could be legit and really truly just running behind, but their business model is not sustainable if you are sending out pre-orders to people or giving pre-orders and then not shipping that product, and in fact listing new products for sale on your site without fulfilling the orders you've already had. There's something a little bit fishy, there's something a little bit scammy going on there. And to not update us on, hey, like I said, it could be they got the grower didn't send them the product in time, they were a little bit delayed from circumstances beyond their control. But truly, you need to let your customers know all of this information and send it out as one mass email that takes you an hour to send, instead of spending 3 or 4 hours answering emails from disgruntled customers and not giving them any sort of like solid date that these things are shipping. So I hope you enjoyed my story time. Moral of the story is please check reviews before you order. But this company actually had some really great reviews when I placed my order, and now not so much. The other moral of the story is I'm still in hunt for a Monstera Thai constellation at a somewhat reasonable price, right? I don't want to be spending over $100 on a cutting, but if any of you know where I can get a hold of one of those or have one for sale, please let me know in the comments below. I was so looking forward to unboxing that here on my channel, and just never happened. The plant doesn't exist, I guess. So thank you so much for watching. I will be back with some more videos. Like I said, they may be a little bit hit or miss exactly which day they end up posting, but please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be notified whenever I do end up posting a new video. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.